Well, it got me thinking of like mischievous things
Okay.
to do as a public that's not really like terrorism. I'm on?
You're on.
All right. Hello. You are not alone with Trey Schneider
No, you are not alone.
because I'm third wheeling today, and
Welcome.
I'm Colby Lyman. So happy to be here.
You guys that are locals of the Snowflake Town, you know him, you love him. He's the reason why there's flowers on the light posts and that they stay alive.
True.
Otherwise, you guys would be driving down Main Street with dead flowers and be like, wow, I hate my city.
Yeah.
But you're the reason why you're proud to live in the town you live in. For those of you who don't live in Snowflake, I just feel sorry for you anyways. And you need to get here.
You do.
A lot of people say, oh, I hate that the big city people are moving to my town. Don't California, my Arizona. Why? California seems to be doing just fine. They've got tons of sports teams. Everyone, the Beach Boys are always singing about California.
Yep.
All the great movies are made in
Yep.
Hollywood. I mean, you can California, my Arizona anytime.
Please.
But this is a question that I'm going to be asking all of my interviewees.
Oh.
So, question number 1: do you trust your government? It's kind of funny because
no.
you don't trust them.
No.
What's the one thing you don't trust?
The one thing I don't trust,
What's your biggest thing that you go, I don't trust that?
just the fact that like every 20, 30 years we get documents from like declassified from like 20, 30 years ago
Yep.
where it was like, oh,
So the
they
public was
were
right.
experimenting on prisoners of war with LSD and mind control techniques. They're not doing that now though. That
No.
was 20 years ago.
Nuh-uh.
So yeah, I think the fact that the history has always been shady means it's shady right now too.
That's true. Okay. I was going to ask you why, but you just explained it.
Yeah.
Great. All right. So you work for the town, the
Yep.
city of Snowflake.
Yep.
How long until you're the top dog?
Never, because I will be quitting soon.
No. You need to stay till you are top dog.
Okay, realistically, I don't think I would be for a long time
Okay.
because there's other people in the department more qualified, and I'm like 21. I'm just young, so
Yeah, but think of it this way. You're young, you have charisma, and you just stated why you don't trust the government. So
yeah,
why not put yourself in charge of local government
local,
where
small government.
you're declassifying things before they even happen?
Yeah, I wonder
like-
what declassified documents will shock this town.
You're like, no, we are testing. We're planning on testing, the effects of LSD on our prisoners.
Yes.
You know,
What's going on at the marijuana farm? I want to see those documents.
here's why those lights are purple.
Yeah,
Because they say it's for marijuana growth. I don't think so.
I think it's like,
It's a signal.
yeah, some kind of it's a hallucination thing for us
Yeah.
every night. We see it, then we have dreams about shopping at what's a local place?
Dispensary.
Yeah, at the dispensary.
All right, that's mind control.
Yes.
So we're wrapping this all up into one. This
has
whole interview
become-
is about one thing.
Conspiracy theories, I guess.
All right, good question. That's a good one. Okay, craziest conspiracy theory you've heard lately?
Ooh, craziest conspiracy theory I've heard lately. I don't know if I've heard many lately.
That's good. You surround yourself with good people.
Yeah. I don't know. I bet
Or-
if I thought hard.
Okay, craziest one you've heard or
Ever.
ever.
Probably just like unrestricted internet access is crazy, especially when you're young. Because I remember being like 15. I was probably 15.
Yeah.
When Epstein died
Okay.
in prison.
Yeah.
And that just sent me on a rabbit hole
Okay.
for like a year of like
Just finding new information.
of like, oh, Jeffrey Epstein died, and then it was like, look at this picture of his supposed body, and his nose doesn't line up with his actual nose. That was a clone that they killed because the government is cloning people because most of them are lizards anyways. And I just got down this whole thing of like, Just craziness. Crazy,
Okay.
crazy, craziness.
All right. That's funny.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, that was such a, it was real. I didn't realize how real it was, but there's real communities very dedicated to that.
Oh,
And they used to be easier to find.
yeah.
They're
I was-
a little scrubbed now.
I was going to say, like, I remember early Reddit days. It was like, you didn't even have to go looking for it.
Yeah,
If you were just
exactly.
browsing the internet for, like, say you were just writing about UFOs and the history of them,
Yeah.
and you just type in UFO, almost always the first, like, response from Google was, here's a Reddit forum from this group that is, like, these guys, like, have all been abducted, and
Yeah.
they have, like, all this shared whatever, and it's like, I'm not saying that what you went through isn't real, but whoa.
Well, I was on Instagram, the
Yeah.
photo sharing, wholesome little celebrity type app,
Yep.
learning all this stuff. All of a sudden, I'm 16 years old, learning about a supposed film where Hillary Clinton and some governor's wife are performing blood sacrifice on like children or whatever. It's like a leaked film. You gotta search hard to find it, and I'm like, what? I'm a young man. I need to be playing football, not worrying about this.
I was just looking for like iFunny memes.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And then just fell down the deep end. Never really came out the same.
All right. So would you have ever gone out to Epstein's Island?
I would have been like, they're like one of those guys that's like, well, he was there, but like he didn't even know what was going on. He was just like chill, like
Yeah.
he didn't even know about the kid stuff. He was just like having fun on the island. It's just like, oh, it's millionaires. There's young girls being flight attendants on this plane. It's so cool. He's employing them. They're giving foot massages to people, but it's just like nice. Like they're getting tipped. It's awesome.
They were so busy they never got to me. But
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. Yeah, I went, but I was just playing tennis.
I heard his golf course was amazing.
Yeah, that's why I went.
I heard his internet was great. Oh, anyways. All right. So we have an election coming up.
Yes.
Okay. Of all of the elections that I've been alive for and had the ability to be aware of, maybe the least excited I've ever been.
Yeah, there's no hype. I felt like last 2020, March, I mean, COVID obviously was happening,
Yeah.
but all you heard about was Trump and
Biden
Biden.
going crazy.
It
And
was insane. I don't hear any. It's just there's no hype.
no, and I think that part of that is because everyone knows the two names it comes down to.
Yeah.
And
Oh, come on. We've been through this. Well, this is the first year I can vote.
oh, really?
The first election I can vote in.
Okay.
The first presidential election I can vote in. Yeah.
Jeez, I'm
It's
old.
my first one.
I'll say I'm old. This will be my fourth.
Wow.
Or no, this will be my third. My third.
Okay.
My third.
I was 17 last one, so
Yeah.
almost there. But yeah, I can vote in this
I'll
one.
say I had just turned 18 like a couple months before.
Yeah.
When Trump went against Hillary.
Wow.
I voted in that one. I voted in the last one. But I didn't vote in the election that mattered, the snowflake bond.
I don't.
You ever heard? You didn't hear about this?
Nuh-uh.
All of the Facebook drama going
I
on.
must have been gone.
No,
Was it?
It was this year, I think.
Oh.
No, or
What was it last November? Voting season?
probably.
Yeah, no, I was gone.
No, you were here.
Last November?
No. Like.
Oh,
it's-
like 2023 November. I was
2023,
here.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. No, you were here.
I guess. Yeah, I missed out.
Yeah, no. So the thing is like I didn't see anything on it. I didn't even know we were having an election,
No.
and that was kind of the reason why this bond fell through. There was some bond that was up for a vote,
Oh.
and we like barely missed getting enough yeses
Oh.
for this bond to pass. That would have given the school system a lot of money. And They could
Oh.
have redone a lot of stuff.
Rough.
I don't know what the catch was. I didn't look into it.
No.
Hence I didn't vote.
Yeah. Me neither. Didn't even know about it.
But oh man, Facebook was a war ground.
I guess I just don't go on Facebook.
Well, and I think you have to have the right friends.
Yeah, you need to have, and I don't. I'm not friends with any adults, so
That's a really good thing.
or any adults over the age of like 35.
So you
are
would
vocal on
you would have
Facebook.
fit in on Epstein's Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any adult friends. They are all underage. Just keeps me youthful, you
Yeah.
know.
Wait, so what about the election? Were you asking me something? Were you going to ask who I'm voting for? Is that what you're going to ask everyone you interview? Who they're
I thought
voting
about
for?
it. I was gonna ask, and then I thought to myself, I was like, wouldn't have any defense
No.
if you know someone really did come after me for asking that. I'd been like, I don't know. I just thought it was funny.
Well, it might just get boring. You
Yeah.
should here's the question you should ask everybody. You have to write in one answer who you
I
voted
thought about
for.
asking you that. Yeah, we'll do it.
Okay.
Okay. Who would you write in?
Ted Kaczynski,
I don't even know if I know who that is.
the Unabomber.
I did know that.
Yeah. There was a movement when he first was put in prison to write him in just to
That way he could
make
pardon
a
himself.
statement,
And...
make a statement, you know, like he should be up there. He's dead now though, so he died last year
Oh, really?
in prison.
Never got paroled, huh?
No. Don't know why.
Wow, I thought the prison system was all about reform. Never got him out.
So now the first year he's dead, maybe we can research the write-in Ted Kaczynski thing. But I think the hard thing is spelling his last name because I still can't do it.
I can't even spell Unabomber.
No.
Is it UNI, UNA?
UN. I think it's UNA, but isn't he called the Uni bomber because he was bombing universities?
I was gonna say I think it was UNI.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, see, we'll never know.
No.
Don't
he's
even
dead
try.
now. Can't
Yeah.
ask. Can't Google it.
But you know what? The government's gonna declassify some stuff and say that election he did win.
He won.
He won.
The year he was arrested, he actually won, and they swept it under the rug.
Voter fraud.
Yeah.
Trump's been on to something.
Original voter fraud
Trump's not calling for his voter fraud. He's been calling for the voter fraud when Ted should have won
for
it.
the Unabomber.
Think about where the U.S. of A. would be now.
Without him.
No, well, if Ted had
Oh.
won, if Ted
Oh.
had gotten in.
Yeah.
I'll tell you where it's at. Today, I started watching Oppenheimer. Haven't finished it.
Oh, me neither.
But I started it today. Great movie
Yeah.
so far.
I want to see it.
It's on Peacock. So,
Okay.
And you guys have that, so you can
I
watch it.
didn't log into things.
Yeah. I finally got Disney Plus on your Xbox.
You did. I'm so grateful for that.
But anyways, Dr. Oppenheimer would be a hero in our history books.
Yeah.
Tali and I discussed that today, that growing up in school, like, I don't think that this was ever, like, directly said to us, but, like, growing up in the United States, you just kind of you learn about this atomic bomb and you're, like, grateful for it because, like, it ended the war.
Yeah.
And then you're like, this thing killed so many people.
So many.
And one thing I learned, not that I learned, but a realization that I came to watching Oppenheimer today, is that there is there's 100% chance that there were American citizens in those cities
Jeez.
when we nuked it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, you think about it and you're like, yeah, we nuked Japan. They were, you know, fighting against us in a war. And it's like, yeah, but we had to take out some of our own. No big deal.
Ooh.
Crazy.
Good concept to make a movie on.
Yeah.
Chris Nolan.
Well, just the things they touch on. I didn't know this. Dr. Robert Oppenheimer was, like, very flirtatious with the idea of joining the Communist Party.
Jeez.
He attended a lot of meetings. Like, the FBI had flagged him as a potential communist member.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea. I got to see it. I wanted to see it. I never did. I really want to.
Maybe when we're done recording, let's just watch it, because I could probably use the refresher to watch the first part.
Yeah. Isn't
Rewatch
it a
it.
really long movie?
3
too?
hours.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch it because it was like, oh, you got to see it in theaters. Theaters are the best. But
Well, sure, you might
Rest
feel
in
the
peace.
explosions, but
yeah. Oops.
No, you're good. All right, we're hitting about 25 minutes.
Okay, we're pushing.
Yeah, no. And I'll probably do some solo stuff on the
Perfect.
side. But last question before you go. Unrelated to all of this stuff. But what podcasts are in for you?
Oh,
3
in for
podcasts.
me, 3 podcasts.
3 separate podcasts, yeah.
Insanely Chill with Cody Ko.
Okay.
I just love it. So chill.
Insanely.
It is insanely chill. It is.
Okay.
It's the podcast the most where you just feel like you're just chilling with people.
Okay.
It's my favorite.
I think I need to listen to that more to try to learn from Cody about how he
Because he does a
runs
solo
his-
podcast.
yeah.
Yeah,
Learn from him.
he's great. Shoot, let me pull out my phone because that's a question where you're like, I listen to podcasts all the time, but then when you think about it, you're like, I don't know what I listen to.
Oh, last episode I had to pull my phone out as well to see what I was listening to.
Oh, this is a new podcast I like. It's called Red Thread. It's with this YouTuber I like named Wendigoon. Stupid name. But they just talk about like, I guess just like unsolved mysteries.
Ooh, fun.
Or not like just like red thread. So you think anything like, you put things on the board, red thread connect them.
Oh, gotcha.
So they talk about, conspiracy stuff, cults.
Send that to me.
Okay. It's cool. It's fun.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. It's like three dudes. They just discuss it. It's like funny too.
Yeah.
But it's mostly like for informative. But they're just like funny guys in general.
Yeah.
And then I like, what else do I listen to? Tiny Meat Gang, TMG. So there's
TMG.
Cody Co twice, but I
He's
like
funny.
him. He's funny.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, Insanely Chill passed up TMG for me.
Really?
It did. Nothing against Noel, but
Yeah, Noel.
step it up, Noel. Just kidding.
He's coming to Arizona here in like 2 weeks.
For a stand-up?
Mhm.
Oh, that's cool.
I really want to go, but I don't think it's him, but the tickets are kind of expensive.
Dang.
Kind of.
Yeah.
They're not like Bill Burr status yet,
But
more money than I'm willing to spend
enough
to go
where
see
you're
him.
like, ooh.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been Colby. Next week I don't have an interview lined up, but I think I'm going to try to get Michael, my coworker, on for the next one.
Great.
The accounting / financial savant. He just knows everything there is to know,
Perfect.
dude. Anytime I literally have to do anything with numbers, even if it's like, hey, what number comes after 3, I go to him. Like, hey, man, I know you got the answers.
I'll look forward to that one.
And he is funny. I'm trying to convince him to do a stand-up set with me.
Really?
Yeah, because one of my bucket list items is I want to go just do 5 minutes of stand-up at an open mic
That'd
night.
be so cool.
And he's one that I know would do so well. And
That'd be sweet. What a nerve-wracking but like freeing experience.
Oh yeah, I think it would be so much fun. So I've been trying to work on jokes, and the only time I have any mental clarity and where I'm writing or where I'm like coming up with these ideas that I really like, or it's as I'm lying in bed, I'm almost asleep, and all of a sudden my mind goes, "Here's a funny premise," and I'll start like putting together a joke, and I'm like, "That's funny. I'll write it in the morning." And
no.
I never remember.
No, you have to write
Never.
it right then.
Never. But I'm always like so comfortable at that point, which is
Yep.
why I think that the process is working.
You have to do it right then.
Because I'll try to do it like sometimes at work. I'll have like 5 minutes where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna try to think of something, and I can't. And I'm like, I'll even remember some of the premises that I had, and I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna try to remake that joke.
Yeah.
And I can't even do it.
You have to be relaxed.
Yeah.
You have to learn. You have to have a meditative space, which is
Yep.
obviously sleep, but maybe find a new one.
I do have to find a new
Busy, but
But yeah, no. But Michael, he has such a great delivery. Just the way that he talks, you guys will hear it if he makes a joke on the podcast, which I hope he does. So Michael, when you do listen to this, just prep some jokes for the podcast. His delivery is so good; it's always spot on. I spend probably 3 hours at work, like giggling like a little kid, and yeah, but he'll be fun.
perfect.
Other
Looking
than-
forward to it.
Yeah,
Uh,
I take it you have a segment for me.
yes, I do. I do have a segment that I wanted to bring up today. Is this the opener?
I don't know yet. We'll
Okay,
figure it
well,
out.
We'll see. We'll see. So Trey asked me last week to come on, or Tally asked me last. Someone did.
I think it was Tally.
I didn't
Yeah.
have anything to say. I just didn't. I was like, I can't come on a podcast with nothing to say. I'm gonna embarrass myself and everyone listening.
I do it every week.
Well, that's good. But I have something to say today, inspired by your last episode.
Okay.
So if you didn't listen to last episode, Trey talked about sending junk mail back to the post office.
Ooh, Michael's gonna enjoy this one.
Which, okay, first of all, I don't get because doesn't it not have a stamp anymore? Or the stamp has been marked?
I have no idea how this works.
Okay. Well, it got me thinking of like mischievous things
Okay.
to do as a public that's not really like terrorism.
It's not illegal. It's not terror. I thought you were gonna say it's not illegal.
Well, yeah, because I don't think yours is illegal, but I think what I'm about to bring up is probably illegal.
Okay.
But I don't think it's terrorism.
It's endorsed by
Yeah.
You're Alone with Trey Schneider podcast.
Maybe you should hear what it is first.
I want to blindly endorse this idea.
Okay. I've had this idea in my head for probably a year now, where it was when I was living in Idaho. I saw fire hydrants everywhere. Of course, I see fire hydrants everywhere here. I was just living in a bigger city than I've ever lived in,
Okay.
with a whole bunch of suburbs, and there's all these suburbs with all these fire hydrants. And I just had this idea of, like, say, I don't know, think of any scenario where I guess you want the government's attention. A boycott,
Gotcha. Okay.
the public cry, rally, I don't know, anything.
Okay.
And
Portland. If you live in Portland, this is a good
Probably.
idea here.
what if, through the power of social media, probably anything else, you were to say, all right, everybody in local city and hopefully the world, just or the country, anywhere you are, at 2 a.m., everybody go out on this specific day, say a day at 2 a.m., get a pipe wrench and open up your fire hydrant. Open up the fire hydrant nearest to you. I don't know if it's easy to open a fire hydrant, though, with a pipe wrench or not. I don't know if you need a special tool. I think it's
just
simple.
a pipe wrench.
I
but-
think you could just use a pipe wrench.
Yeah, you just unscrew it.
I just wonder what would happen.
Man,
That's my thought.
Let's see. I'm looking up to see if it's illegal to
Mess with
open
a
up,
fire hydrant.
open the fire hydrants.
It probably is.
All right. So the first thing Google brings up is codelibrary.amlegal.com. The fire hydrants are provided for the primary purpose of extinguishing fires and shall be opened and used only by the water and wastewater divisions and the fire departments or the
Yeah.
persons as authorized to do so by the Public Works Director.
Makes sense.
All right.
You probably get fined if you open a fire. I doubt you get arrested.
Attempting to force open a fire hydrant can damage the hydrant.
Okay,
All right.
sure.
Can I use a fire hydrant to fill my pool? It says in some neighborhoods you can pay the fire department to come fill up your pool using the nearest hydrant.
Really?
It's a lot faster than using a garden hose and might be cheaper. It
Huh.
says. But yeah. Now we have special guest Celeste Taylor. Celeste, is there anything you'd like to share?
Hi, everyone.
Would you open a fire hydrant at 2 a.m.?
No.
What if it was to protest something?
What am I
From,
protesting?
I don't know, the government.
Say I'm running for president, and it looks like I might
Yeah.
win.
You are?
I'm saying, what if? Hypothetically, I'm running for president.
Uh.
I might win. You've heard the ideas I've had come out of my mouth.
Then yeah, I would.
Okay.
Gotta stand up for what you believe in.
I just wonder if, what would happen? I think it's a super easy thing to get away with. I don't think anyone would really be caught. Would it cost billions of dollars on the government for water money? I have no
Yeah.
idea.
One thing that I just read too, that it said is that it greatly reduces water pressure in the surrounding areas.
Yeah.
And so, for example, if you have two fire hydrants, say on the same block, but on the northwest corner and the southeast corner, right? So they're completely opposite, but on the same block.
Yeah.
I wonder if you were to open one first, if the other one would even have enough pressure to get water out.
Yeah. So then if you do that in a whole city, what would
Yeah.
it be like?
There's no water.
So I think it's something that would get everybody's attention. It would be huge. It's
It would.
kind of vandalism, but not lasting or anything.
But is it
It's-
terrorism?
I don't even think it's terrorism.
It is if somebody gets hit by a forceful jet of water on
Yeah.
accident when you're forcing it open.
Yeah.
Kind of like a firework that goes off when you're looking over the top of the pipe, hey, is this going to go boom? You get hit in
Yeah.
the face, you're done for.
So I think if anyone ever is trying to rally up a semi-peaceful protest, riot, whatever, open all the fire hydrants in a city if you're needing attention.
Because, yeah, like you said, that's a lot of money the government's going to end up having to pay.
Yeah.
And as long as you don't know who opened it, then the city is going to have to pay for it. Because if they catch who
Yeah.
opened it, I imagine they're going to find that person for that money.
Probably.
but I don't pay my taxes for people not to be able to peacefully open up fire hydrants.
Exactly.
Which, since we're here, taxes, are they a scam?
I am not qualified to even speak on this.
Well, so you just file taxes. Was this your first time ever filing taxes?
No, I've done it before. 'Cause
Okay.
I've had this job for a few years.
Okay. So I imagine you're getting your return back.
Yeah, I already got my state one, waiting on the federal one.
Nice. I think that our current tax system is a scam. I don't think that taxes themselves are a scam. I understand why we pay them, and I think that they're good. However, my kid's looking like he wants to maybe come in here. But no, they're a scam, right?
Yeah.
The fact that the richest people in the country know the loopholes to not pay them, and people who like can't even afford to feed their children half the time end up like either A, not getting a return, or even owing back some money.
Yeah.
And it's like there's gotta be a better way.
There must be. And I just don't get it. After I finished filing my taxes, I was like, what am I doing? Because I just have a website. I just
Yeah.
use a website. They charge me like $30 or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, ChatGPT, explain to me like I'm 12 what are taxes and why do I need to do a tax return? And I still didn't get it. And I was like, well, because it told me like you have to like make sure you spent the right amount. And then I'm like, well, why do I have to do it myself? And if I do it wrong, I get punished.
Yeah.
And ChatGPT was like, still at like I was 12. It was like, just cause.
Because the IRS said
Yeah, it was something like that. I still don't get it.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So taxes, the current tax system's a scam. So for my listeners out there that might be CPAs, go ahead and reach out. Let me know what your ideas are to change the current tax system to make it a little bit cleaner for everybody, so that inevitably in 3 or 4 months, when I am president of the world, I know the right way to run taxes.
Yeah. And if we need to protest taxes, we know how to do it now.
We're going to send junk mail back and open all the fire hydrants. And we're going to try to get all the birds to land on the power lines so that they collapse under the weight.
There's a lot of things we can do.
Oh, gosh. And if we can't get them opened, we're going to just line all the hydrants with peanut butter. Let the dogs come and lick it and then pee on them. And then when there is a fire and the fire department wants to try to get in there, they won't because it's all gross and
stinky and nasty. Especially if it's summer. Ugh.
That's disgusting.
Ew.
Other than that, guys, I want to make this more interactive with you guys. And I know that there are listeners out there. I was looking at the statistics. We're not moving as fast as Tender Mercies did, and understandably so. This has been a learning experience for me, having to learn how to try to podcast by myself and whatnot. But reach out either to my personal Instagram or to the Tender Mercies Instagram. Let me know if there are things you want me to cover. If you have a funny story that you just want me to read, like you feel like the world needs to know this story, send it in.
I love submissions. Those are my favorite segments on podcasts.
You guys are funnier than I am 10 times out of 10. It'll just be fun for everyone to get to hear your funny stories.
Yeah.
Anyways, other than that, I hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you guys later.
Thank you.
Wow.